What's up, Canuck fans? Welcome back to the Line Change. Vancouver Canucks are in a great position to get a top 3 pick in this year's draft. But there's a serious headache brewing in the crease, and it centers around the development of a young goalie and a very tough veteran contract. We've got to talk about the inevitable. The best but still difficult option for the Canucks is trading Kevin Lankinen. In a recent video, we highlighted an impending issue in the crease of the Vancouver Canucks with Nikita Tolopilo due to run out of waiver exempt time as of this summer, and with both Thatcher Demko and Kevin Lankinen still under long-term contract. It was this video right here, which you guys can check out. This video in particular right over here. Then Tolopilo went and put up 39 saves against the Toronto Maple Leafs in a shootout loss, starting ahead of the veteran Kevin Lankinen in the process in his second straight game. Remember, Tolopilo and Lankinen technically shared a shutout against the Anaheim Ducks when the Canucks beat them 2-0. It was technically a shared shutout, although in my opinion that shutout should go to Nikita Tolopilo. Speaking of Tolopilo, this 6'6", 229-pound behemoth of a netminder is playing like he could be a genuine part of the Canucks' future. He's already in the present moment, arguably giving the team a better performance than his older teammates. He's looking at the very least like someone who would not have an easy time making it through the waiver wire during next year's training camp. And so Vancouver management is left with a handful of inconvenient options. Waiving Tolopilo, which is very risky, assuming Demko will remain injured, which would make him unreliable, and we also don't know if this new surgery that Demko is undergoing is going to even fix his injury woes. Carrying a 3-goalie rotation into 2026-27, which is unwielding, trading Demko, which at this point is borderline impossible, or trading Kevin Lankinen. Imagine how we feel as though trading Lankinen is our best option, but that still doesn't make it a particularly good option or an easy one. Trading Lankinen presents particular difficulties, and those difficulties vary greatly depending on the timing of it. Let's go over a few potential scenarios in which a Lankinen deal might get done. So let's take a look at scenario number 1. Is a trade within the 25-26 season itself, as in between now and the March 6th trade deadline, a possibility? Sure, maybe, but it's not a very good one. It's probably not something the Canucks themselves are considering too seriously, given that Demko is out for the remainder of the season. To trade Lankinen now would entail Tolopilo taking over as the undisputed starter right away, to be backed up by someone like Ty Young or Yuri Patera or even Aku Koskinen. And that would probably likely destroy the Abbotsford goaltending situation as well. So there's that as well, which is less than ideal even for a team trying to tank. It seems like a guaranteed recipe to harm Tolopilo's confidence. Were the Canucks to pick up another veteran backup in the transaction, or perhaps pluck one of their own from the waiver wire, that might be a different scenario, but it still might not be the best time to be moving Lankinen. Lankinen has a full no-move clause in each of the first 2 years of his 5-year contract, of which he is still playing out the first year. That means that Lankinen isn't going anywhere he doesn't want to go. Then, assuming he's willing to go anywhere, you've got to find a suitor that matches his list of acceptable destinations, and there just aren't that many teams out there that are looking for goalies presently. Almost all of the teams headed toward the 2026 playoffs have their goaltending tandem firmly in place. There are a handful of teams that would probably look for a considerable upgrade, such as the Carolina Hurricanes, the Montreal Canadiens, maybe even the Edmonton Oilers. But one has to wonder whether Lankinen, with his current .881 save percentage, truly is considered an upgrade. And a team would really have to be committed to Lankinen as that upgrade, given that he's under contract for 4 more years. That precludes a team like the Washington Capitals, who are currently without both Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren due to injury, but would only want a temporary fill-in. The odds of finding a team that Lankinen wants to go to and that both wants Lankinen and is willing to give up anything in return for him seems low to very low within this 25-26 season, so the focus shifts to the 2026 offseason. This is scenario number 2. As far as Lankinen's contract goes, nothing really changes as of this offseason. The contract enters year 2 of his contract and year 2 of his no-move clause, and it maintains that no-move clause throughout the entirety of the 26-27 campaign. Still, the offseason would at least represent a more open market for Lankinen's services. There is an absolute boatload of starting or backup goalies that are hitting the open market this summer, which includes Sergei Bobrovsky, Freddie Anderson, Stuart Skinner, Peter Mrazek, Cam Talbot, Alex Nedeljkovic, Connor Ingram, Jonathan Quick, and Brandon Bussey. That almost guarantees a bit of a goaltending carousel, and that increases the likelihood of jobs opening up. It stands to reason that Lankinen would be unlikely to leave a situation in which he was going to be anything less than a 1B goalie. But all the shuffling of the offseason could very easily leave a couple of such opportunities open for him. And there may at least be more destinations he's willing to consider at that point than within the current season. Lankinen's no-move clause will still be in effect, however, and any team trading for him is still going to have to be willing to make that 4-year commitment to him. Some sort of turnaround in Lankinen's performance between now and then would certainly help with the latter issue, but it's fair to say that an off-season Lankinen trade isn't exactly easy or even likely, just easier and likelier than scenario number 1. Let's take a look at our third and final scenario. Beyond that point, more possibilities do open up. Lankinen's no-move clause will end as of July 1st, 2027, at which point it becomes a 15-team no-trade clause. It thus becomes much easier to deal Lankinen at that point, but that doesn't really do much to solve the present-day issue, which is Tolopilo no longer eligible for waivers after this summer. By July 1, 2027, Tolopilo will have had a year of waiver eligibility to deal with. The team thinks Demko will spend the majority of that time on LTIR and gets injured again, allowing the Canucks to roll with a 3-headed goalie monster during those rare periods. All 3 are healthy. Maybe it works to wait that long. Or, alternatively, if the team is willing to give up on Tolopilo, which I don't think they should do, as easily as they gave up on Artur Silovs this past offseason, which brings us back to that first initial video where a little case of deja vu. Will they make the same mistake? And yes, I'm calling it a mistake because I do feel as though trading Silovs when they did was a big mistake. And it certainly is looking like a mistake with how well he's played in Pittsburgh. But if hanging on to Tolopilo is part of the plan, then parting with Lankinen by the end of this offseason specifically probably also has to be part of the plan. If possible, that is, and with the caveat that in the end, it may not be. So what do you guys think? Is an offseason trade for Kevin Lankinen the only way out of this goalie jam? And which of those potential teams, the Hurricanes, Canadiens, or Oilers, would you target as a trade partner? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to thank my main and primary sponsor, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Super Bowl 60.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate the one you love the most with Hallmark cards at Walgreens. Valentine's Day is the best time to send your favorite person a reminder of just how much they mean to you. A Hallmark card is a super simple and beautiful way to say how grateful you are for the love you two share. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is Saturday, February 14th. Visit Walgreens today to find a Hallmark card that shows just how much you love them. Because love lives here.
Deserves a sportsbook that's built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. Anything can happen during the Super Bowl, and DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash when your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. While other sportsbooks don't offer injury protection, DraftKings covers the entire first half, even the second quarter. And early exit works on live bets too, pregame or in-game. DraftKings has you covered. Super Bowl 60, a rematch from Super Bowl 49 between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Seahawks pass rush versus the Patriots offensive line. Seattle's front, Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Boy May look to pressure Pats QB Drake May, challenging a potentially weaker Patriots O-line. Are you new to DraftKings? New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass through May apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states, void in Ontario, restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. None other than Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing artwork you see right here in front of you, and you guys can check them out yourselves at GassyJackArt.com. This video has been a presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours, as well as the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, where it's every team, everywhere. So once again, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you guys want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. Also, a reminder, you guys can check out the Line Change merch store, still with our 1-year anniversary collection available for sale. So go ahead and check it out at thelinechangepodcast.threadless.com. We still have our sales going on due to our 1-year anniversary, so go ahead and check that out. Also, if you want to have more discussions and conversations such as this one, join our official Discord. There's a link to it in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so go ahead and do so if you wish to do. You can find and interact with us on social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us on either platform. It is, of course, greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the podcast. Something else that also helps out the podcast, if you have a absolute favorite episode that you just want to watch or listen to over and over again, you can download your favorite episode on either platform. And, of course, that, too, really helps out the podcast. And, of course, we are greatly appreciative of that as well. But once again, drop your comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next line change.
I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.